Hello Aquarius, I'm Claire-Louise Hay from BeHealing.com and this is a special bonus read for you. It's your next steps reading, so I'm going to go into what your next steps are, your next 3 steps. And this is because this weekend when I'm publishing this, it's the launch of my half price reading sale. And this weekend it's on my Your Next Steps reading, which is your next 5 steps. I go into detail what your next 5 steps is, so what's coming up for you. And it's more about what you can do, the action that you can take, whether that's internal action or external action, your next steps. So Aquarius, if you'd like to book in for one of those, I get all of my readings out within 24 hours of you booking in them. I'll pop a link up there. It's 3 pages long and it makes it 60 Australian dollars instead of 120 Australian dollars, which is about 35.40 American right now. So great bargain. And my prices are going up next month on the 1st of June. So this is the lowest this reading will ever be, ever again. So let's have a look. First step, what's your first step, Aquarius? This is the general reading, of course, not specific to you, but hopefully you get something out of it. Right, facing the situation with warmth. Warmth is that open-heartedness. It's when you're feeling good inside of yourself, you're feeling peaceful, you feel your heart, feeling warm and fuzzies, and then facing the situation. Sometimes facing the situation doesn't make us feel warm and fuzzy. It makes us feel the opposite, right? This is saying, if you're doing anything, do it from an open-hearted place. You're going to get better results that way. Open your heart and then. This is like asking yourself, what would love do? That often confused me when I saw that. I'd see that teaching, what would love do? It confused me because I used to be like codependent and people-pleasing. I used to think, oh, love would bend over backwards for somebody. And that's not really love, is it? It's like my readings, right? My readings will say, I don't hold anything back. I don't hold it back. I give the actual advice that's given, the actual guidance that's given in my readings. I don't hold any back in case somebody has an emotional reaction to that. Yeah, so I don't try and pander to people's egos. I don't want to just give them all fluffy positiveness. I give them the actual advice that's there. And often my readings can feel like it's telling someone off or it's calling someone out for some stuff. Sometimes they're quite, in your face. They're quite facing the situation kind of readings. And that is the loving thing to do, right? That is being love. That is the loving option. Sometimes it's tough love, do you know what I mean? It's like the loving thing isn't to pander to somebody's ego. And sometimes you don't realize that you're actually doing that when you're being nice to somebody. Is really you're trying to protect yourself. You're trying to pander to their ego so that they don't have an emotional reaction to you because you don't want to deal with anything, right? And so this is saying, Aquarius, open your heart and then face a situation of what is truly the loving thing, Sometimes the loving thing is telling a child off. Sometimes the loving thing is saying no to somebody. Sometimes the loving thing is not to give somebody what they're asking for, to let them empower themselves to get it themselves. Often the loving thing is facing the situation rather than trying to smooth over the situation. Yeah? And so Aquarius, you're being asked to be a bit stronger in yourself and do the right thing rather than do the easy thing, especially when it comes to dealing with other people, especially when you're trying to help other people. Just be careful of that trap of pandering to their ego so that you don't get bruised by any reactions, because you never know how people are going to react. It's very rare that people react to my readings. I'll get maybe once every 2 years someone will have a big ego reaction to my reading, and generally within a couple of weeks they'll email me and apologize for their reaction because they realize that what they've done. But sometimes these kind of things, it hits a raw nerve. But it's very rare that happens. As I said, it's very, very rare that happens. And so don't go expecting people to be sensitive. Don't go expecting a bad reaction from people. You have no idea what people's triggers are. You can't preempt them and you can't save yourself from other people's triggers. You just got to let people react as they're going to react rather than trying to guess that. So that's step 1. Aquarius, what's step 2? Step 2 is about that's up until now and get what I want. It's about letting go of the past, right? This is about, you know, when you write down your goals or you write down your wish list, maybe you do that new moon list. I do that. You write down what it is that you want, you know, like I've had new MacBook on there and that's arriving in 4 days. So exciting. In fact, by the time I've published this, it's probably already arrived, which is very exciting. But, you know, a list of all your wants. Now, it doesn't have to be stuff. It could be all kinds of things. You know, it could be like more confidence or, you know, a career opportunity or something like that. New partner, anything that you want, you write that down on a list or you just ask for it within yourself, right? And then if it takes some time to manifest that, as in you haven't got it yet, it can be quite disappointing, especially if you're doing that new moon practice when you're writing it down every new moon and then you only look at that list that you wrote down each new moon and you're kind of writing the same things down over and over again because they're not manifesting. Maybe one thing off your list is manifesting in that month, but the rest, they don't seem to be manifesting, and it can get you down. Like it can get you down, keep on asking for the same things over and over again. And in fact, you don't even need to ask over and over again. Like the universe heard you the first time. You know, like a small kid asking their mum for something and they just go, mum, 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 mum. If you're a mum, you'll know what I mean. It's really annoying when a kid does that, asks over and over and over again. It's like, yes, I heard you the first time. Yeah, I'm just busy right now. And that's like the universe. It's like, yeah, I heard you first time. I'm just busy right now trying to lead you in the right direction. So there comes a point when you've got to listen. So this is saying what you've asked for until now, you need to let go of because you're in this round and round in circles, getting frustrated, not seeing that the path is being laid before you. You know, you could be asking for a new partner, and then you're confronted with a challenge, but you don't realize is that challenge is getting you to grow in a way that's going to make you ready for your next partner. There's the way when we ask for something. It's always answered immediately. If it doesn't manifest immediately because we're not completely aligned with it yet, the path to it manifests immediately. And if we're just blocked off for it, it's like, no, I don't want to change and move toward my stuff. I just want the stuff right now. If we're like spoiled little brats like that, we just keep on asking for it, asking for it, asking for it, instead of following that path to it and tie ourselves up in knots. So Aquarius, you've been asked to stop asking for that same stuff over and over again. Let it go and then follow the path to it. That's step 2. What about step 3, Aquarius? Step 3 is, oh yeah, we've got work and physical action. Nice bright cards. Yeah, work and physical action. This is saying you can't just dream things up. You can't just wish things and then they land in your lap. You've actually got to work toward things. As I said, the path opens up. It requires change from you. It requires you to step up. It requires you to do something. You know, it might require you to be more confident or to speak out more, or be more yourself, or not to pander to people's egos so much, or be, you know, have stronger boundaries. It can be all kinds of things that we're asked to do. Could be physical work too. Could be like starting off your YouTube channel, making lots of videos for months and months and months before you get what you want from your business, you know. There's always work and there's always physical action involved. It's not true that you can just like sit in meditation focusing on something and then it will appear in your reality, you know. We're not here, we're living in the physical world, right? We're here to actually live our lives, not just to dream it up and expect things to be served on a silver platter in front of us. We're here to actually live our lives, and so don't forget that. Is your third step is actually get some work done, especially if you're wanting consistent results at things. I'm hearing for some of you, you want consistent results, you've got to put consistent work in. Consistency is key. If you're wanting instant results, you've got to put instant work in. So maybe that's not so feasible because that's a big ask, isn't it? It's easier to spread work out. Consistent results. If you're wanting more money, you've got to put more work in. Yeah. So don't leave this physical action aspect out of it. Now, for some of you, you might be wanting better health. You can't just wish that. You've actually got to start eating right. You've got to learn about it. You've got to start exercising. You've got to start doing those things. It's not just pie in the sky. You can't just wish these things. You've actually got to put that physical work in. And so that's your third step. very apt third step for everybody, I think. There you go. If you like this reading, Aquarius, please click like and subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment. What did you get out of that? Love hearing from you. And if you'd like to book in for one of those Your Next Steps reading, you'll see a link right there to book in. Catch it this weekend and it will be half price. Have an amazing weekend, Aquarius. I'll see you next time. Bye.